Your nights of confusion has been so long. Your ship has lost anchor, and the storm that you dreamed
Yes indeed, A pleasant good night to all and sundry, East, West, South Central, in Trinidad, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. This is the Corridor Transformation, of course, the Sunday edition. Yes, Joshua is here, but he will be leaving in a while because I understand there are two things that are happening tonight. One is that, of course, I think one of his sisters' birthday is tonight, so they are celebrating. They're in a celebratory mood. And at the same time, of course, he has to get to bed early for school tomorrow morning. Let's not waste time with that. Why are you interrupting me? Don't interrupt me, please. All right. So, people, a pleasant good night to all and sundry. Of course, we normally on a Sunday night we will deal with it. It's sort of a religious tone. But that being as it may, the fact of the matter is that we are here. Of course, don't forget tomorrow at 1:30. The national budget of Trinidad and Tobago will be presented by, of course, the Honorable Dave Tanku, the Minister of Finance. Yes, so look forward to that. I know that many people, not as when the PNM is in government. When the PNM is in government, you're starting to go and fill up your tank of gas quick. You're starting to go in the market and buy things because you expect things to rise. No. This is a different ball game. Already, of course, you have had the gain of no property tax, a major concern for every single householder or land or property holder. Even though you are renting, the prospect of an unscrupulous landlord raising his rent because using the excuse of the implementation of property tax was real. I say was because it is now fait accompli. It is now, of course, in the recesses of our minds. It is now history that there will be no property tax. So don't look forward to any increases in taxes. But of course, look forward to a very, very, what I consider to be potentially, or putting all the ingredients in place for a productive Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody putting their shoulders to the wheels in order, of course, to save Trinidad and Tobago and to, at the same time, expand our economy, generate more employment, more profits, and therefore live a quality of life and standard of living that all of us aspire to. That being as it may, let me introduce, of course, Joshua. Joshua is here, yes. I see you yawning already, so you're ready to sleep. No. He is anxious. He's anxious to go and, of course, what I consider to be frolic, which is, of course, because of his sister's birthday. But that being as it may, good night, Joshua.
I wasn't yawning.
You was what? You wasn't yawning. Let me take off the music in the background because I want to make sure everybody hear you clearly. A pleasant good night once again, Joshua.
I was not yawning.
Oh, you wasn't yawning. Where is doing? Yearning for the birthday bash?
So somebody can't sign?
Oh, I see your sigh. Oh, I see. Okay, your sigh. All right, okay. Go ahead. Yeah, let me tell me what you expect to do tomorrow. Or first and foremost, what you did today. Yeah, I saw you did some very lengthy fraction. Sorry, not decimal. What kind of fraction? Vulgar fraction. Right? Yeah.
I thought it was my segment.
Yeah, it's your segment, but only to the extent that I allow you. Right. So let's get that clear. It's not your segment per se, meaning that alone. When I say, that's when. If I say so, it can be so. But go ahead. I mean, what you did today?
We went movie town. We met a very nice guy. We come back. Then we went back to movie town and we got a cake for my sister and ice cream and stuff.
Okay.
I would like to say happy birthday to my sister Gabriela.
All right, okay. You using the program to, of course, send birthday greetings to his sister. It's so selfish there. I doesn't even do that for myself, but that's all right. All right.
And my sister one was yesterday, and the nephew one is today.
Wow. So you see, he advertising, but that's all right. All right. So his other sisters was yesterday. We have one today, and one again. Anything else?
Yeah.
Because see, as though this month October seemed to be a time when birthdays would have taken place in your family.
Yeah, and my Uncle Richard too.
Uncle Richard as well? Wow. And I think we saw somebody today who said tomorrow will be their birthday. The person who we met down.
Yes, the same person.
Yeah, we met a gentleman by pure accident, by sheer serendipity, by sheer chance. And here it is, when he said that, of course, his sister's birthday is today, he then said, well, listen, I am celebrating my birthday at the Marriott Hotel. Yes, the Marriott Hotel. We went down there, down at Movie Town. That's the hotel next to Movie Town. And he said that he is here today. He is there today, but of course he will be remaining there to celebrate his birthday tomorrow at the Marriott. All I said was good for you, because I mean that would have been a serious dent on my pocket. So I prefer him than me. You were saying something. I seen again a signal in the background.
It had 2 yesterday and 3 today.
So 3 and 2. That is how much?
5.
5. Okay, right.
I mean to say my niece, not my nephew.
Oh, your niece. All right. Okay, right. Your niece. So that's it for birthday greetings. Let's hope, because I want to get down to some serious business. I want to make sure. That's it? All right, good. And I want to send it back because you have 15 minutes here with me. And then, of course, you can go and celebrate, because you have to have early to bed, early to rise, so they say. And, of course, but before we go there, you did some, I see you did some long, not decimal. What kind of fraction you was doing? Vulgar fraction? Addition? Yeah, vulgar fraction addition. Yeah, he did vulgar fraction addition. That's after, of course, Maya made it look complex for him. So he decided, listen, I'm going to take this challenge. And now that he's mastering, of course, fraction, he has reached the stage of addition. But of course, you can take away fractions, so you can divide fraction, and you can multiply fraction. So he's at the beginning stage of it. Of course, he knows. By the way, what's a mixed number, Joshua?
A mixed number is when the number at the bottom is bigger than the number on top.
You sure? A mixed number?
Yeah.
So it's an improper fraction.
Improper fraction is when the number on top is bigger than the number on the bottom.
That's right, beautiful. So what's a mixed number now?
A mixed number is when the number at the bottom is bigger than the number.
No. When you have a whole number and the fraction. That's all. The whole number, and a fraction. A whole integer and a fraction. Right? That's all. Mixed number. That's nothing. This is an object lesson for everybody. Parents, teachers, of course, and kids as well. You ain't going to know everything. Just as me, I don't know everything. And therefore, mistakes are going to be made, and it is all right to make mistakes. What has to happen is that if you don't correct the mistakes, and never to make it again, and go on to the next, I wouldn't say opportunity, but certainly it occurs, then that's all right. Because it is better to what? Try and fail than what? Fail to try. Try and fail than fail to try. It's when you're lazy, when you say, well, I can't do it, that's looking too hard. No. You go and sleep on it, you go and rest on it, but you have it focused that I am going to conquer this. Whatever it is, whether it's decimals, whether it be metric tables, etc., whether it be the normal tables, you will conquer it. right? And what is expected is that you did your best, but your best must reflect. Your best must reflect in your examination at the end of the day. All right, that being as it may, you're looking forward to tomorrow, school time?
Yeah.
All right, and you told me that Miss was not in school on Friday, or I think they had some teachers' function, some teachers' conference that caused you not to be in school.
No, not our teachers' conference.
What's that?
What it was like here?
Principals?
No.
Okay.
Teachers' convention.
A teachers' convention, all right. Okay, well, a convention is like a conference, all right? But it's all right. He wants to be specific, so teachers' convention. Yeah, boy, you know, these young people, they are what they are, and sometimes they're very meticulous, and they do exactly what they are told. Sometimes Joshua doesn't, and of course it annoys me at times, but I understand that he's free-spirited. That is what you want, because what you want in this world today is creativity. You want young people who can think out of the box, who would do things differently. But at the end of the day, they do the right thing in order to get the right result so that the society benefits from it. All right? Anything that you want to add, because I know you're anxious to go on and what do they have there to munch on?
Cake.
Cake? What again?
Cake.
And
Cake.
And cake? And again? Only cake? No ice cream? No?
I said ice cream.
I said ice cream? All right, okay. Anything else? No? Cone? Ice cream cone? A little sauce?
Yeah.
A little sauce? A little pilau? Nothing?
You want that on your body?
You see how there? As soon as you ask a question, they're looking, of course, to retort. All right? But that's all right. No, I didn't have it on my birthday because I don't celebrate my birthday. That is why. But if I used to, I would have had all of those things because I'm not birthday inclined. Yeah, that's why. But you love birthdays, so I know you had all of that on yours.
Well, one of them make pillow and stuff, but Daddy still had to go on live on his birthday.
Yeah. Work, because commitment and dedication. I hope he has that same work ethics. I'm seeing that because he didn't have to go on tonight. I told him that he don't have to, and he said that he insists. All right, so use your closing remarks and you can go ahead and have fun.
Bye.
That's all. You want to tell your friends and them, your peers and them, some kind of nice, encouraging words?
Stay in school.
Stay in school. All right, okay, I hear you.
Simple as every night.
Same as every night. All right. So people, as Joshua makes his departure, let's start over that tune. I love it because today is Sunday, and we normally, of course, would have a sort of religious tone. It appears, of course, that it is as though people are calling early, so let me interrupt the music and get straight to the line. Just a minute, caller. All right, pleasant good night. Welcome, of course, to the Sunday edition of the Corridor Transformation. Good night. I hope everything is working good tonight. Good night. Good night. Oh boy, like, you know, Murphys don't have this thing I hate Murphy's Law, you know. When something has to go wrong, it will at the worst possible time. I hate that. Are you hearing me? All right, let me see if I can make some adjustments in the studio here. Just hold on if you can. Let me just see what is happening here. All right, so bam, 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 bam. All right, let me see what is happening on this side. Oh boy. Let me see. All right, the speakers though. Let me see. Yeah. Microphone. Right. So we should be all right here. Are you still there? Are you still there, caller? All right, let me make sure and do something in addition to make sure that because I know last night I got some sticking nettle last night. Somebody said, "Oh gosh, the thing only sticking." Sticking meaning that there is no audio, and the people are becoming frustrated. So I don't want to frustrate you tonight. All right, I'm hearing the phone now. Anybody seen my phone in studio? Anybody seen my phone? And me. Phone. Where is it? My back? Sorry about that caller. All right, good. All right, call back, people. You know, it's embarrassing, but that's how it is sometimes. All right, good. Let me hear what they say. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor.
Good night, Professor.
Good night to you, boy.
There's no need to cry. Oh, God is standing by.
Boy, let's see again. Let me just put it at a different angle. All right, see, it appears that all the signs are that the microphone is alive. So call in and we will test it. If you are not getting, of course, any audio, please let me know. I had to make some adjustment to the microphone itself because, you know, sometimes these sensitive equipment, they go awry at the worst possible time. Right, let's go now. All right. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor.
This is Diego Martin.
Right, Diego Martin, I think we hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Good. I think it's a blessing in disguise.
Uh-huh.
I'm fortunate to listen to the closing part of the debate with the Attorney General, JJ. And I think that piece of the debate should played all over the place, because this is what my take on it. He basically told us two things.
Yes.
He asked the question and he said he found it strange that just before the election they brought and they amended the Justice of the Peace Act.
Yeah.
So basically allow masters of the court, four of them to basically serve the whole of Trinidad
Yeah.
and basically suppress additional GPs throughout the country. And he brought to the attention that in Jamaica had a couple of thousand of GPs. So their justice system was proceeding nice, very, very efficient.
Okay.
And they were in. And so he's
Uh-huh.
only asking the question, he's not answering. So I want to answer him. And hopefully, this is what he is seeing and doesn't want to tell us. But
Okay.
what I'm seeing, they were aware, and that is KCR and the gang. They were aware that they did so many wrong things. They were suppressing investigation into the wrongdoing. Comings and going, side paths, all of these people, because it's a multitude of investigation as
Wow.
a multitude of warrants has to be issued. So the
Yeah.
whole thing that they basically suppress it and hoping to come back in 4 years and do the Malcolm Jones protocol. So
Right. Okay, I hear you.
and throughout everything. So that is what they're hoping. And you remember he said, I come in for you, and we know all the playbook. So the thing to basically do within the next 2 or 3 years, I think they have a protocol to do it, and I've seen it. The other thing he said, and I started
Yes.
laughing now. And what he said is that the judge
Yeah.
said the abduction of Brent Thomas,
Uh-huh.
and when he looked into the dictionary, it is a kidnapping, tantamount to kidnapping.
All
And
right.
he says he have serious criminal laws
I hear you.
to basically do that. And the judge is the final arbiter. This is my word there. And he made that judgment there. People have to take it and run with it and see the requisite investigation and close it out. Call those 3 officers, Martin, Bird,
Uh-huh.
and Jofield.
Right.
Those are the people who abduct the man and bring him in and kidnap him for an all kind of thing. Serious activity.
Right.
But more importantly, we have had, well, he may be taking it over and he's going to investigate. And you remember they called up to KCI, right?
Right. Okay. I hear you. Right. All right. All right. I hear you. Uh-huh. Great. Yes. I hear you. Hmm.
the activities he could do it.
I hear you.
He do that, like he could have been to the police and then he was
Okay.
compromise.
Right.
He did that.
Okay.
I think some people the promotion with somebody the whole of these people want independent and party party come. The other side, all education that will show they are complicit, they are part of a corrupt
Yeah, a conspirators gang. Yeah, because I mean, if it is criminal, it's gang. Yeah.
and the final point now, I'm very close about.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, that businessman that got ill, but illegal quarrying. Yeah. No, tell me. Okay. Yes. I'm very familiar with all of that because that was a sort of John Laventil kind of experience. Yeah. All right. All right. Well. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I understand that. The legitimate business is that, and this one is a sort of a front, a fake. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes. I expect, of course, to get more tomorrow on the ground report. I'm sure Mr. Dagumate normally has his facts straight, and he has a propensity, of course, to monitor the what I consider to be the law enforcement agencies of the country, and of course, from time to time, the judiciary in its broader sense, including, of course, the magistracy and all of the other new, what I consider the offices that would have been created in recent times. That being as may, let me say this, of course, we will only take 45 minutes tonight, so I'm going to go just about 45 minutes because, of course, we have some activities here in studio, and I don't want to constrain the revelry, let me put it that way. So in the meantime, let me make some announcements. Of course, only today we have decided that we'll have every around 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday what we will call the love lime. It vacillating between two names, the love lime or the love discussion. Love meaning, of course, the Laventil Outreach for Vertical Enrichment. So you'll see in the background, of course, our emblem, and that is the political side of things. Because, of course, let's face it, we have a budget coming up tomorrow. There must be some discussion. We have, of course, a stand your ground legislation that has to be discussed. I'll try to get Ramesh Maraj and or Anand Ramlogan to come and address us, but from a different perspective, and that is from the perspective of the perpetrator as opposed to the victim. Everybody is going around, of course, talking and having their conversation on the stand your ground legislation with respect, of course, to victims. We want to, of course, because of where we are situated, because where we are located, because this program is about the East-West Corridor, East Port of Spain, Lavatil, Beetham, Sealats, etc. It means that, therefore, that we have to look at the potential perpetrators, and we have to be real. And therefore, in that context, we want, of course, people like Ramesh and Anand Ramlogan, if we get them, to come and have a discussion with us on along that line. But I want to tell you as well that on a Sunday we'll be having, of course, as I said, the love line or the love discussion on matters of national and of a community nature in a very relaxed, non-intimidatory atmosphere. So very relaxed. I ain't saying we will have grog. I ain't saying we go have rum and whiskey and thing. What I'm saying is that we'll have it in a very cordial fashion. You know, a lime in Trinidad means, of course, is an excuse, is a synonym of a synonym. It is synonymous, or it is a synonym for opportunity for drink and revelry and so on. No, we are going to have some very frank discussions on matters that would be affecting, of course, the community. And I think there could be no other time to start than now, because, of course, by that time, a very substantial part of the budget debate would have been, of course, excised, and therefore, in such a circumstance, we'll be able to get a lot of material to, of course, share with the East-West corridor and the people that are going to be affected by whatever policy or program. Those at the lowest rung of the socio-economic ladder, those who are most vulnerable, whether it be senior citizens, whether it be, of course, those with a single salary, but, of course, not of the middle or upper income level. And therefore, all of these are factors that we have of necessity, apart from mechanism to, of course, create employment opportunities. We need to be able to do that and make our own contribution to national development, the expansion of our GDP, because God knows that we have suffered over the last 9-point-something years under the PNM, and of course we have no doubt in my mind that all of that was due to maladministration, the misappropriation of resources and the policies and or programs that have demonstrated in no uncertain terms that they have been detrimental to Trinidad and Tobago. I know, so God, tonight I wanted to show you how the PNM walked out of the Parliament. Well, I want to tell you this: that is the genesis, that is the beginning, that is the time when, of course, they would want to not exhibit what they cause others to do, but they can't take, of course, the reality of their circumstance, that they are not in government, and that no one will give them any leeway, any opportunity, any laxity, except, of course, if they give them some kind of laxative, so that, of course, they go to the toilet regularly. Outside of that, it means, therefore, all their loquaciousness, their talkativeness, and all of the hyperboles, and all of the grandiloquence, and all of the illusions that they will give us to tell us that they are large and in charge, when, of course, they were fleecing and stealing from the nation's purse in the most spectacular display of mismanagement, of corruption, nepotism, cronyism, and all of the what I consider to be mismanagement that is. Come on, we'll take one more call. I thought that last call will be the last call. Let's see if we could get, of course, this call in. A pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor.
A pleasant good night, Lennox.
Pleasant good night.
Want to everybody out here.
Yes. Good night to you as well. Yes.
Lennox.
Hey.
But the irony of why they walked off is laughable.
They said the speaker was biased. Yes. See, just imagine that they have the audacity, the temerity, the gall, the effrontery. Yes.
Gumption.
Yes.
That to say that the speaker is biased.
Yes.
You see what happened in Lennox? For 9 years, 9.728 years.
Yes.
3,540 days.
Yes.
That Bridget and St. George and Christine Kangaroo facilitated their nastiness, right? And they insulted the then opposition, UNC opposition. So they figure now that everybody will do the same, when clearly when clearly you see the nonsense that they're doing.
Yeah.
And you want to bet tomorrow they come with some nonsense again, Lennox?
Well, I did say that what you're going to see is a lot of fireworks. The PNM cannot take what they would mete out. And what will happen is that they will cry foul, they will cry that they are victims, etc. But nobody will take them on because of people like you, the ground report, corridor transformation, and so on, will call them out because we have a plethora, almost an inexhaustible supply of instances where they would have acted in a way that is contrary to democracy, contrary to how a speaker should operate, contrary to how a parliament should operate, contrary to how an executive must operate, and of course the rule of law was thrown out of the door, and therefore our job is to make them get a dose of reality, never again to see power. That is what our objective must be. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Lennox, Penny needs a reality check. Kate Rowley is undermining her to put back Stuart Young here.
Yes. Yeah, because I saw that he said that he believes he's smarter than everybody else. He is the greatest.
Right.
He is the greatest fool to fool himself into believing that he's smarter than everybody else. Because what I noticed his latest salvo is that Stuart Young was supposed to represent the epitome of our ethnic diversity. Big talk. Big talk.
Yeah.
Ethnic diversity. That fella is an ass and a half. He ought not to have been.
I give him about 4.
He ought not to have been prime minister at all. What that comes in, and Lee is there. Achong was in his government. Who again? We have so many other persons that we can say if what he is saying has significance, but it has none. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and the whole of the you remember that family, over that Chinese family, and he was once one of them was inside of there.
Yeah,
I can't remember the family.
Yeah, but so many of them have visited on either side of the divide. Yes.
Family.
Yeah.
That was in the PNM. But anyway, Lennox, let me tell you something. And the speaker should have made Kareem Marcel apologize to the House.
Yes.
Not just to him alone, because he disrespected the whole House.
Yeah.
Lennox,
but Marcel continues to be to make. I don't want to be as unkind as I ought to be. But I mean, making a fool of himself, I mean, demonstrating a total neophyte, and clearly, believe that is how we should operate, because the rest of them maybe doesn't have the gumption or the tendency to do that. Probably because of where he came from. We saw where he almost used obscenity in a subcommittee.
Not once.
Yeah, that accounts subcommittee. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember the night that he was there at some meeting outside somewhere in Avondale.
Yeah, he did.
And
he did.
Yeah,
I have all of those
yeah.
scripts. I have all, yes.
But
He's a man a fool.
Because he must remember, he's not on the beatum. He is in Parliament. And he should respect the Parliament, he should respect the House.
But the thing about it is
But
that he believes.
He has no respect.
Yeah, but it appears that he believes that is how he has to get on in order to impress.
He came in.
That's how
he
it is.
with that attitude, eh?
Yeah. Because that's how it is.
War, war.
Probably trying to take a page from Rowley.
That's what he's trying to behave like Rowley. Yeah. With this aggression.
But nobody can behave like Rowley. Nobody could. He's just looking out of it. Yeah.
What he failed to realize is that he will catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Nobody likes that attitude.
Yeah,
Nobody.
It's only venom and vitriolic expression. In fact, the speaker said, "Do it without the invectives." I like that one. Yeah. Why you want to tell people kind of thing? Go ahead.
And they feel that is how they should behave.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
went in there with that oppression. And Dolly, I didn't know go wrong with Gatsby, Dolly. But you see what happened, Lennox? They don't want to hear the facts about the murder rate down. And when they were there, it was skyrocketing.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that.
Records
and
after records.
Yeah. I didn't know she was the speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Boy, they hated when Barry Barrett said, sit down.
Yeah,
You know, weird thing you're talking to.
But
the man was upset. He got irascible.
He wanted to cry. Lennox, but the thing is, if you know the standing orders, right? If somebody stand on a standing order, you're supposed
to sit down. That's right, exactly. Decorum will cause that up. Yeah,
he wanted to get a fight, but he fighting in the wrong place. And now have all his supporters or whatever saying what they want about Barry. But instead of they should do with Barry, they should shake their own family tree and see what's going to follow. Lennox, let me move on now.
Yes, go ahead.
All of them, imagine Stuart Young coming to tell it is Mrs. Pasadi says it's unacceptable for David Lee to be there. But imagine Camille Robertson Regis did not find a source of income from the bank. But Lennox, I still get the bank wrong. Because if it was an ordinary man, they would have called the police on him. But because she was the minister, they allowed her to get away with it.
Well, I mean, we have ventilated on the ground report, and here, of course, a plethora of instances that should, but because the matters are before the court, suddenly they have a greater significance than and the rest is pure speculation. But the Attorney General sounded a warning again in the Parliament only when on Friday, with respect, of course, to not the Vince Nelson, but the Brent Thomas matter, when he said he is obligated to investigate because the judge said that a kidnapping took place, and he is duty bound vis-a-vis the instructions of the court to investigate. Well, I think that is what put the nail in the coffin, or of course that's the straw that broke the camel's back. That's why they walked out. He was very calm.
Yeah.
He was very calm. But I think it's that they were more concerned about.
The excuse was the biasness of the speaker. But Lennox, let me ask you something. They keep quoting Mrs. Kusabi Sessions telling Anne Ram Logan and Jack Warner go and clear your name. Did you hear at any time all the wrongdoings when Marlene McDonald come right down, wrongly telling anybody go and clear your name? No. He just
But in fact, the case of Marlene McDonald, it was only when Rowley was faced with the Hobson's choice. In other words, when he had no choice. That is when he accepted. But all the time when the evidence was before him from within the party, people like, of course, a former mayor of Port of Spain, he and all was up in arms as to why the party would even select her for the constituency in terms of the elections of 2020 and 2015. And he still selected her, one, and then of course moved her into several ministries, Ministry of Housing, Ministry of Public Utilities. I think that was the shortest stint of any minister in any ministry. I think it was that of Marlene McDonald in the Ministry of Public Utilities.
I think it's when she took Berkeley. It's when she took Berkeley to President House. That's when it hit the fan.
That's when he got me. And then had the audacity to go in the town hall here in Port of Spain and then say, well, you know, if I'm talking to you divorcees. Listen to this man. I'm talking to you divorcees. If you knew that the woman was how she turned out to be, you would have been with she. Well, of course, is a loaded question. Everybody said no.
Yeah.
But remember when he went up to Maloney and the woman and them was crying and saying them men beating us. Mr. Prime Minister, he turned and say, I can't tell you what man to take.
What man to put in your bedroom.
Yeah. He said a victim bash. But he tried to seek sympathy. That son of a gun. Go ahead.
But Lennox, let me take you back a little bit.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
Rowley had a lot of infractions in his government and he turned a blind eye to it.
Yes.
Lennox, you
No doubt.
remembered when Dylan scammed the old man, Mr. Piper,
Yes.
of millions of dollars on his condominium.
Yeah.
It didn't only make news down here, Lennox, it made news in the States.
That's right.
And the judge ordered he and his attorney to give back Mr. Piper the money and to give him back his condominium. When Rowley was asked about it, he said that was a private matter.
Yes.
Imagine your Minister of National Security, right, went to do something like that. But this set of PNMites now want to come and tell Kamala how to run a government. Not again.
Well,
Never again.
as you talk
Don't
about
think
Dylan's scenario, there's one that is almost similar that came to my mind earlier. But go ahead. I will get it whilst we are talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Lennox, everybody know. Right? Everybody know what it is Paris did with Vince Nelson.
Yes.
It was no secret. The DPP washed his hands and said don't involve him in that. And it's Rowley case because he knows something went wrong. But yet still, Rowley switched him from the Attorney General's office into the local government office. But all they're coming to talk about what is acceptable and what is not acceptable.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned
But
that.
Lennox,
Because the incident that I just came to my mind is Lymore. Remember, he lied in a court.
Yeah, lied.
and he made him subsequently Attorney General. That son of a hypocrite.
They're a bunch of hypocrites, a bunch of mocking pretenders. But
Yes.
Lennox, before I go,
Yeah.
I find in the 160, let me get the exact amount there. Today's the 12th.
Yes.
165 days. I find that the government has done very well.
Of course.
Right? PNM had 3,540 days and they messed up the country.
Yeah.
And I find that in the 165 days, this UNC government has done a lot. Now, I'm not going to say all of their promises because it's impossible to all of their promises.
Of course. Let's face it. It's not midterm as it. Midterm, you could make what I would consider to be a conclusive assessment.
But Lennox, they have fulfilled quite a few important promises that they made to the people of the country.
Yeah.
And you know, Lennox, we're going to hear from Tuesday morning all the naysayers, all the wasteless human waste on them, going to come and talk about the budget.
Yes. But let me predict once again, fireworks in the parliament.
Yeah.
The PNM will be walking out, marching like a column of ants, marching towards food and etc., and protecting, of course, their queen bee. Well, there will be no exception in terms of exposure. Everybody will be exposed. Mark my words. I said that on the ground report last week, and I'm saying it now again.
And Lennox, I think that they have done well. A lot of people will say the same thing as well.
Yes.
But you know the PNMites, right? All the closeted PNMites and them will say no. But Lennox, it was really nice talking to you. It's not that I didn't want to talk about I don't, I and my politics. But when the children is there, I don't like to talk about the politics.
Fair enough. That was that's how it was designed.
Every time they leave, I drop asleep. Right? So tonight I catch you.
I catch you tonight.
Nice chatting with you.
Same here, my dear. And anytime, of course, you are welcome to, of course, take advantage of the offerings and the availability once, of course, we are on air of the corridor transformation. Let me say once again, of course, that we will be rolling out some educational program. We have another caller. Pleasant good night, Lavantil. Pleasant good night. Welcome.
Good night, Mr. Lennox.
Good night to you.
Everybody who's on the line.
Yes, man.
Trinidad and Tobago, good night. Mr.
Yes.
Lennox, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Right? Here is the question. Stuart Young.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine you making deals in Venezuela considering the drug and gas.
Uh-huh.
And at the same time, right? The contracts and everything, right? It's in Spanish, but it have no English. Who does do a contract like that? Because one country speaks English,
And more than
one
that,
country
and
speaks
more than
Spanish.
that, remember when Delcy Rodriguez came to the country, by way of freedom of information, I asked the permanent secretary in the Prime Minister's office as to whether or not the people were speaking Spanish. I asked as well whether or not there was an interpreter, if that was the case, because all of us know that Stuart Young and Rowley don't speak Spanish. They have never indicated that, and therefore one has to draw that conclusion. You know, in both instances, the permanent secretary say she don't know. She don't know. She don't know. So I have to conclude that what was instituted there was the biblical Tower of Babel. Nobody can correct each other. No, I'm telling you, the Tower of Babel. But the risk that we experienced, the risk that we run, was the Third World War could have started right here at Piarco because of the invitation of a sanctioned plane, sanctioned people by Rowley and that is an investigation that I will encourage and will pursue with this government to get to the bottom of this. Some say it had gold bars and so on. That is why they couldn't have electronic communication as we are doing now. In a COVID, you come physically when you could have, of course, do some kind of wrong robin by video conferencing. Who the fool? Nobody. Go ahead, my friend. Yeah.
Nobody. I watch her and she come and them come under the cover of darkness, eh?
Yeah. All of that. I tell you, the Third World War could have started right at Piarco. If the Americans clearly, the intention was for the Americans not to know. That was clear. Yeah.
Look, Tawad.
Okay then.
I saw John Jeremy. He kind of like really react, right, to the opposition.
Yes.
Friday going in the parliament. And I can see how sour both of them looking.
But I tell you, they walk on the parliament, you know. Is that they walk on the parliament for, you know?
They walk on the parliament.
Yeah, they walk on the parliament. Because the man tell them, listen, since the DPP, in other words, here why point. Since the DPP say that he gone to a judge to get a bench warrant, a judge's warrant to hold David Lee and his co, let's say defendant, let's say that. Then and then the police commissioner said, listen, I am obligated to execute what the judge and them say. Well, Jeremy made it very clear, pellucid, conspicuous, unambiguous. Listen, the judge say that the man, Brent Thomas, was kidnapped from Barbados by police officers and that there should be some investigation taking place. And he said simply, as the person responsible for those kinds of investigations, corruption, etc., then I am obligated to launch an investigation. Well, I think they nearly tutu themselves. Yeah, they nearly tutu themselves. Yeah. If they could have vomit filth, you would have seen it on the surface of them desks and them that they were ponging earlier.
One more thing before we go, Mr. Lennox.
Go ahead.
I observed this lady, she name is Gatsby Dolina, the former Minister of Education.
Oh yeah, she was repetitively obnoxious.
Behavior.
She was repetitively obnoxious. Go ahead. Yeah.
I remember, you talk about 3 dogs, a parrot, and a couch. I said, well, something you will get. But anyway,
That's all.
another time.
Yeah, the they're the nostalgic mood, but of course for wrong reason, wrong time, and they are really against a huge brick wall
Boy.
with a lot of prickle, a lot of picker.
Lennox,
Yeah.
you know, then see in jail coming.
Of
You
course.
understand? Silver
Yeah.
beetles and blue lights. And
Yeah.
you see that had a boom clapping like a church service.
I'm telling you, man.
But anyway, I go on.
All right, man.
Have a blessed day, brother.
Yeah, same to you. People, of course, I hope there will be no more calls because, of course, I want to shut off now. They have a little celebratory mood in the studio, and I don't want to interrupt it. And yeah. And I want to join it too. Yes. All right, you catch me. All right, so people, so that is where we are, and of course, sorry for the briefness of tonight's program. But I'm committed, and if we say we're doing something, we're doing it in spite of the shortcomings. I apologize for last night, but I see that we are looking better tonight, so I appreciate it. And then, of course, we look better, even better tomorrow morning on the Ground Report, Andy, Mike, and myself, as we continue with these and other programs. Of course, as I said, we have some other programs, educational programs. We want to bring in the community. We want to bring in those youths. We want to offer the school leaving exam. We want to offer about 3 or 4 CXC exams, subjects, to be exam for the students to be examined upon or on, and that is where we are. We have to do it. We have to do it, people. Let's not waste time. And of course, as I said, those persons who have the ability and you have the time and they want to join us in this crusade of edification and enlightenment towards, of course, better contributing, not just students, but certainly citizens, then you are welcome. Call me anytime, 337-6940. Have a wonderful rest of the night. God bless. So let's end with, of course, our anthem on a Sunday, which, of course, I being a practicing spiritual shouter Baptist, then, of course, I normally would have to project my own. Let's not waste time, as everybody else do in a democracy.